What can AFC Wimbledon conjure up here? If they can even conjure anything up. Did they already blow their wad? Have they already exhausted all their options? Because definitely this is the best I've seen AFC Wimbledon offensively in a while, but the worst I've seen them defensively in a while. It's just a tough pill to swallow, man. Another game in which we could have gotten something out of. But this is the first time this season where I've truly, considering that I'm pretty positive and optimistic, this is the first time this season where I truly felt heartbroken after a game. Maybe not heartbroken, because there have been a couple games, like, for example, the Burton game where we conceded a goal a few minutes after going up. The Sheffield Wednesday game where we went up 2-1 and then we conceded a goal. When I say heartbroken, I mean disheartened, rather, where I'm just like kind of low-key depressed, actually. What can I say? AFC Wimbledon, it was up, down, up on the offensive side, and then down, up, down defensively. We can never be good both offensively and defensively. We're either good on the attack and shit defensively, like we were last game and this game, in which I'll get into in just a second, or we're getting after it, attacking. We're creating chances. I think we were fantastic today on the attacking end, in the first half at least. Second half, we kind of fizzled out a little bit. I'll get into that. But the defensive woes are back. The defensive woes that we used to see under Glyn Hodges, unfortunately, they're back in full force. First 5 minutes. Well, really, the first 15 minutes, we were just getting after it. Taking risks, playing through balls to Cosgrave, playing through balls to Asal. First 5 minutes, little chip through ball over the top off a free kick. Nightingale knocks it down, or rather knocks it high and back towards the center. Keeper spills it after Chislett, he has his back turned. He doesn't know where the keeper is. Keeper spills it. Good no call by the ref. We actually got a decent call today, or no call, lack thereof. And then Ayub Asal is able to outmuscle a center back, pokes it through. It's for Ethan Chislett. Chislett turns, blasts it, roof of the net. Good start. Unfortunately, the defensive woes continue. There was a corner kick about 10 minutes in. Back post was Innes. Completely open, unmarked. To be fair, he started in the center and then kind of trickled back post. We couldn't track his run. And then he nodded it back towards the center. Thankfully, amounted to nothing. Right? It went back post over everyone's head. But then like 5 minutes later, another issue with the corner kick. Innes, once again, a threat in set pieces all game. The center back Innes. Yeah, Ryan Innes, only 10 starts, 8 appearances for Charlton. But yeah, he started on the center. Nightingale was behind him, kind of trying to hold him off. And then Innes got loose, near post, nodded it towards goal. Zanev maybe could have done a little bit better, but the header was put with a lot of pace. It was tough for him to react in time, and it was a goal, 1-1. Connor Washington getting himself on the score sheet in the 31st minute. We saw a couple of through balls over the top, and in this instance, it was a throw-in that I think Aneke dropped deep, was able to flick it over the head of Rodoni, who was trying to contest. And then Will Nightingale was the only one behind the midfield line. He was the only one. Ben Hennigan came up. Jayasimi just took a touch to his right, over the top to Connor Washington, and Ben Hennigan tried to play on the press. He didn't actually press him, but he was trying to run up to press instead of leaving Hartigan. Hartigan was the one that was supposed to, to put the pressure on. Ball got played over the top. Nightingale just a little slow to react and also got beat for pace. Connor Washington took a couple touches to the center, slotted it in. And Lee Brown was also on the attacking half, on the other side. Will Nightingale was the only one on the defensive end, on our own defensive end. Just poor. We were super high for no reason. Just came out of nothing, really. All we have to do, pin them in, the likes of Marsh, Hartigan, pin them in, and an outside back too. Pin them towards the line. Center back, stay back. Don't know what they were doing there. And then, thankfully, we were able to get ourselves on the score sheet 5 minutes after that through Ben Hennigan. Completely dumbfounded his defenders, lost his mark, was able to dive down almost ground level and just nodded in back post, top of the six. It was a great ball from Anthony Hartigan. Hardigan had a decent game today in terms of pinging some passes. Didn't give the possession away too frequently like he did last time against Cheltenham. Pardon. I think he did decent on the defensive end too. George Marsh, as always, was fantastic. Getting into challenges, taking a couple touches out of space, played a couple of good balls in, and there was one instance in the second half. I know I'm going up in chronological order a little bit. But he played a through ball over the top to Will Nightingale as we were down 3-2, a few minutes left. Played a through ball over the top to Will Nightingale. It was a great through ball over the top. Played with great power. It just perfectly weighted. Nightingale blasted it near post instead of maybe playing it down the center to a Sal or Terry Ablade, who were both... Cosgrave, pardon. Who were both open at the top, in between the 6-yard area and the penalty spot. To be fair, Innes was in position, so Nightingale would have to play him over, but I don't think Nightingale even saw them. He kind of just, he's not used to being in the final third, Nightingale, because he's a center back. He had his eye on the ball the whole time, just wanted to blast it, even though it was a bad angle. Beaten out for a corner kick. But that was a good ball by George Marsh. That was the point I wanted to make. I know I went on a bit of a tangent. So there was also a time in which George Marsh found himself about 24, 25 yards out after a header clearance, and he blasted it towards goal, just hit the outside of the post. I think that was really the only opportunity George Marsh had to strike towards goal, but he can pack a shot. And overall, George Marsh did solid. 2-2 at the end of the half. I was confident, right? I had some conviction that AFC Wimbledon could nick a draw out of this, or maybe could nick a win out of this. Because we've been improving offensively, game by game by game. But I think this was a huge leap from the last game. I think this was a huge step up in the attacking end, because we played several through balls to Cosgrave. We tried to play a couple times in behind to Jack Rodoni. Some of the through balls were over the top. Some of the balls were like 1-2s in behind. And I think we were a lot more versatile today on the attacking end than usual. The issues today were defensively. And the third goal was no different. Defensive woes once again from the set piece. The corner kick, or it was a free kick rather, played all the way back post to Famewo. I think it was a corner, actually, to Famewo. It was a really good cross, by the way, put with a lot of pace and a lot of conviction. Lee Brown just got out-muscled by Famewo. And, he didn't even challenge for the header. He was trying to, hold on to him, trying to get him out of the way, and then just got out-muscled by Famewo, who just kind of got an arm up and was able to kind of pin down Lee Brown, preventing him from making the challenge. And defensively all game, we just weren't at it. A couple times, Connor Washington had a fucking field day today. Like, several through balls over the top. Sometimes Hennigan would recover and force him back. Nightingale would recover, force him back. Paul Ostu was our best defender today. I can't believe I'm saying this. Paul Ostu was our best defender today. He got caught in behind maybe once. Got caught too high maybe once. Lee Brown was woeful today. Lee Brown got caught like 3-4 times, a little too high. It's just a one-off, right? Lee Brown's a class player, but I can't believe I'm saying Paul Ostu was our best defender today. It boggles my mind. It really does. Yes! yes, Bolton gets in there. Thank you for saying that. I was about to check the results. I was going to be like, please, Morecambe. Morecambe just dropped 2 points. Thankfully. At least we're still above the relegation zone. Granted, I think now we're probably tied on points with Morecambe, right? Thank fuck, man. Thank fuck that happened. That was good. Okay. It's a tie for man of the match between Ethan Chislett and George Marsh. Ethan Chislett was all over the place today. Dude, Ethan Chislett, when he was on the ball, he looked calm. He looked collected. First touch was good. He's always looking to get into space. He wasn't being, reactive, like get the ball and then think, okay, what do I do now? He always took a look, knew where he wanted to play the ball after he received it. And Chislett obviously getting on the score sheet, and then there were a couple of times where he played Rodoni in on the right-hand side, in an overlap, or, he actually didn't have an opportunity to create space for a shot. Ethan Chislett likes to bend it far post. Unfortunately, didn't really have any chances to do so. But Ethan Chislett was fantastic today, both on the offensive end and defensively, too. He helped out Asal sometimes on the press, and helping out Hardigan. Marsh did pretty well overall, all around. I completely forgot about Ayub Asal. How did I forget about Asal? Asal a nuisance as always. I mean, I'm not super surprised because Ayoub Assal is always going to be a threat on the press, but it feels like he was constantly pressing throughout the 90 minutes. At times, he'll take a little bit of a rest. He won't press as hard, but he pressed hard 100% throughout the whole game. Very impressed with the USL. There was one instance in which he dispossessed the outside center back on the left-hand side. Like the 10th minute. It was in between our goal and their goal, and he was able to dispossess, but then he was still stumbling, trying to get his feet sorted, and he took kind of a heavy touch after he dispossessed him, and keeper collected it, unfortunately. But Ayoub Assal was impressive, as I should say as always, because last two games before this one, first half started meh in terms of on-the-ball quality, but really impressive to Assal. Ablade coming on, he didn't really have any impact on the game. I thought Ablade came on for Radoni as an outside attacking mid. First time he started as an attacking mid. Not a bad idea considering he has a lot of pace, but I think he just looked a little out of his element. He's more of a striker, even though he's only 5'8". He's, dare I say, we should play two up top, but we aren't going to. I think Sam Cosgrove and Aaron Cosgrave are decent choices to have up top as a lone striker, not Terry Ablade. So I think having Ablade playing as a winger, maybe developing him as a winger instead of a striker, could pan out long term. But Cosgrove, we'll have him for the rest of the season. Decent player to have up top, right? Well-rounded. Cosgrave can come on as a substitute, provide fresh legs, very pacey, decent on the hold-up too. I think now we should see Ablade coming on as a sub, as an outside winger, maybe having Mabude come on every once in a while. I actually expected Mabude to come on today, but Ablade did. McCormick coming on did provide some good off-the-ball press, did very well in that respect. And overall, I think it was a good game offensively, but the woes defensively have returned. I did mention that in the stream that I haven't seen AFC Wimbledon playing this poorly in the last few games since Glyn Hodges was under center. It has to be fixed. It really does. Something's got to give. We got to put it all together. Attack, defense. We need to put it all together.